everyone, and welcome back. It's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and I am back today with the Darling Beads subscription box for the month of May 2022. This is a monthly subscription that's based in Sweden. They do ship worldwide at the same cost, and you can sign up for just one box or you can sign up for multiple boxes all the way up to the 6-month plan, which saves you a little bit off the cost of the subscription. I'll leave the link to this one right down below the video. And I also have a coupon code that is SPRING2, S-P-R-I-N-G, number 2, and that'll give you $2 off your first order. These go for around 30 euros per box, and inside you'll find a color-coordinated palette of glass and gemstone beads and some coordinating metallic findings. Every month the theme is different, so it's a great way to build up your stash of all different sorts of things in various colors. And since not everybody can get the same subscriptions as I share here in the US, it's great to be able to have the opportunity sometimes to share this one for those of you who are outside the States and still want to be able to enjoy a monthly beading subscription. So let's go ahead and get into this one and find out what our color palette and theme is for the month. All right, so it looks like our theme is called Ahoy Matey, and we have 22 different items that we're going to be taking a look at. They list the beads at the top and then our other components at the bottom. And then on the back of this sheet, we have information about the particular stones included. Looks like we might see some sodalite and also some opalite in this month's selection. And everything, of course, is in our tissue paper bundle with our appropriate fishy sticker right there. One other great thing to note about Darling Bead Box is they are a small business. Also, they are female owned, so it's great to be able to support what they have to offer. And you can really tell when communicating with them that they greatly enjoy putting together these packages on a regular basis. All right, so let's go ahead and take a peek into this package. Oh my goodness, I already see this gorgeous focal. So I'm seeing lots of blues and white, silver, some sandy tones, and you can see already everything is numbered. So I'm gonna go ahead and get organized with all of these different contents. Then we'll be able to take a close-up look at everything one at a time. All right, and let's begin with bag number 1 containing the 10mm natural round sodalite beads. We have our different shades of blue and the contrast of that lighter white and some sandy tones, also a little bit of gray, which is what we expect with the sodalite. Lots of different variations in each of these beads, making them all just a little bit different. Bag number 2 contains some 4mm faceted glass bicones in half AB plated / blue. So we have this generous strand of sparkly bicones with that milky, lighter grayish blue that pops up on one side with the metallic AB or sort of iris-like coating that brings us additional colors and shine over top of parts of these beads. In selection 3, we have some 4mm round opalite beads. So yet another size of round, and also these opalite or faux opal beads that offer these sort of milky clear glass. They go really well with the blues and silvers that we're going to see in this palette, and would of course go with a lot of other things as well. And then in bag 4, we have the 6x5mm faceted glass rondelles in dark blue. Here's that rich and vibrant sort of cobalt blue in this opaque glass, and the rondelle shape that is adding a little bit of additional sparkle with the faceted surfaces on these glass beads and giving us some of this deep blue color that will pull some of the tones out of the sodalite. And then next in bag number 5, we have the 8mm round faceted glass beads in black. And you can see how these have the gentle faceting, nothing too sharp or jagged, just offering up a little bit of a wavy texture around these black opaque glass beads. And then in bag number 6, we have some 6x5mm faceted rondelles, half silver plated / clear. So these are in the same size as the blue rondelles that we had seen previously. And of course, you can see this combination of very sparkly clear glass, but also the very reflective aluminum silver color that shows up on parts of these beads. In bag number 7, we have one piece of a 33x9.5mm Opalite teardrop pendant. This is so pretty. The milky opalite that sort of brings in some other color tones as well, which makes you think of that inner fire that actual opals have. This is very smooth and glossy and in great shape and includes this little silver bail at the top. Bringing in some more sodalite with bag number 8, we have some 6mm natural round beads. So we had our 10mm that were quite a bit larger, and now we have the smaller selection of the 6mm, which would go very well with the other ones if you wanted to use these in sort of a graduated necklace design or some sort of a coordinating jewelry set. And then in bag number 9, we have some 8mm round opalite beads. So again, with the opalite, we had the 4mm, and now we have some 8mm. Here's that strand, and you can see that Darling Bead Box is great about sending us a variety of different sizes of beads. You're not getting all the same size, which means that you can put a lot of things together just from the materials that are sent in this one package, especially since everything is coordinating with this theme. In bag 10, we have some 4x3mm faceted glass rondelles in linen AB. Super sparkly and a lot smaller than our other faceted rondelles, and this time I think bringing in some of our sandy color in this light golden champagne, which brings us another color to work with in this palette. And then our final strand of beads contains the 6mm round crackle glass in light linen. And for the most part, these really look clear, if not just the lightest gray. They have the crackling inside of the glass, as you can see, which gives these more of that reflective impact inside the glass, which is smooth and glossy on the outside. Up next, this is what I saw through the bag. This is really substantial. It's a 40x30mm antiqued glazed handmade porcelain bead in a seashell shape. That is gorgeous, and it is so dimensional. There's a look at where the hole placement is. It goes straight through that shell shape. It would make a very cool statement necklace, and you can see it's closed there. It's got lots of variations in the neutral palette that it has with the camel color, the sandy looking color, the cream, and the darker tones. That's stunning. And there's a look at the other side. So I'm sure each of these will be slightly different from piece to piece. And now we get into our other components, beginning with bag number 13, which contains 3 pieces of silver-colored clasps. There we go. I always enjoy how Darling Bead Box does this. Instead of including the same type of clasp in multiple quantities, they'll include coordinating clasps in the color of the findings for the month, but a lot of times they'll send different varieties and put them together in one bag. So you can see these 3 toggle clasps that we have, they're all a little bit different. We have one with the basket weave detail, another one with the dotted detail around it, and then another one that has all of that scroll work going around it. In bag number 14, they've included a school of fish in antique silver. There is a lot here. Let me start with this guy. This is the first one that is the largest in this package, and it looks like it's an actual bead. If you look there, you can see the hole. It runs through the entire length. Next are these metallic beads with the hole that runs through the length of the fish. They're the same on both sides and the slightly smaller selection for that bag. And then a ton of these adorable little silver fish charms that are also the same on the front and the back and have the loop at the top. Next in bag 15, we have 2 pieces of the 30.5 by 17 millimeter antique silver octopus pendants. So there they are, and here is a look at the back. Now I was going to say you could probably put these together back to back, but they don't quite match up exactly the same, so just keep that in mind. But definitely an appropriate component to go along with this theme. Next in bag 16, we have 1 meter of 5 by 4 millimeter twisted curb chain in the silver color. A generous quantity to work with that will definitely be able to be used in multiple projects if you wanted to. And it has the coordinating silver color with those wide open links that you could wire wrap beads onto, maybe make a cluster necklace, or use them to finish off some of your bead stringing. Continuing on with bag number 17, this one contains 20 pieces of 6 millimeter Tibetan style flowered bead caps in antique silver. Here's a closer look, and they have a sort of star-like shape at the top and a lot of that dotted detail and the coordinating finish. Another item that will help us out when putting things together directly from this package, especially if you don't have a lot of these findings built up. It's one of those boxes that includes the findings along with the beads in pretty generous quantities, so it helps you, perhaps if you're newer and you don't have a lot of these metallic components to pull from. Next up in number 18, we have 50 centimeters of handmade beaded chain in light steel blue. That's gorgeous, isn't it? You can see how these have the beads that are linked with the antique silver colored wire and the additional round spacer beads holding those in place. And this is something that you could take apart and use the links separately, incorporating other links in between, or you could use it just as it is. Then in bag 19, we have 1 piece of 100 by 16 millimeter iron pendants with clear rhinestones and platinum curb chain tassel. Oh, wow. So here's one of those clay beads with tons of rhinestones pressed inside, kind of chunky. And we have the curb chain tassel detail down below. And you could definitely take these apart and use them separately if you wanted to, or keep these together and use as some way in the same pendant. And then bag 20 contains an assortment of dark blue tassels. And we have 3 different kinds. I love using these, especially if you do a beaded bead cap maybe on the top of that. That looks really cool with the long, silky, dark blue ribbons. Then we have this selection of a more vibrant, brighter blue with the jump ring included, and then these little tiny navy blue tassels. In bag 21, we have 3 pieces of antique silver anchor charms and 10 pieces of 12 by 9 millimeter stainless steel anchor charms. And here are the larger anchors with that chain detail and the loop at the top. And there's a look at the other side. So these are double-sided, and we have 3 of these larger components. And here are those smaller 12 by 9 stainless steel anchor charms that were also included. These are also the same on the front and the back, and pretty simple, just flat anchor shaped components. And our final bag in the subscription is number 22, containing a piece of 26.5 by 14 millimeter wishing bottle with paper roll and seashells, sky blue. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. Little message in a bottle with the resin at the bottom with the iridescent detail. And you can actually shake this around. The little message and the shells inside, they have the ability to move around. And our little cork there at the top with the loop included, so you can attach that to your other beadwork. I think that is so cute. And once again, I think they've done a fantastic job. I really have been enjoying seeing Darling Bead Boxes continue to put out these really fun combinations of beads and components in these various themes, all of them being a little bit different and giving you this inspiration to work around and create some pieces directly from their boxes. I highly recommend them, especially if you aren't able to get your hands on subscription boxes like this in the States, or if the shipping is simply too high for the cost of the box. It's nice to have this other option which ships worldwide no matter where you are at pretty much the same rate. In each of these boxes, you can expect to get a combination of things just like this, the glass and gemstone components, as well as some metal, maybe some porcelain. And you can check out my past unboxings for Darling Beads by watching the playlist that I have. And that way you'll see what types of themes they've sent in the past and get a feel for this box, especially if you're trying to decide if this one is right for you. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. As a reminder, the link to this subscription will be right down below the video. It'll take you right to it. And you can use that coupon code SPRING2 to save €2 off your first package. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of Darling Bead Box, or what you think of the selection that you see here, or anything else you'd like to say. Be sure to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and feel free to share the video with your other beading friends. I'll be back again real soon. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.